here for you. Fox 4 News starts now.
Hello, I'm Dan Godwin with a look at what's making news in North Texas. One of the two Navy SEALs lost at sea earlier this month was from North Texas. The U.S. military says 27-year-old Nathan Gage Ingram fell into the Arabian Sea January 11th. He and other SEALs were raiding a boat off the coast of Somalia that was believed to be carrying weapons from Iran to Houthi rebels in Yemen. Another SEAL jumped into the water to save Ingram, but was also lost. Their bodies have not been found. Ingram was from Roanoke in Denton County and attended school in Northwest ISD. Police in Irving have identified a suspect in the deaths of two women on Friday. 33-year-old Hector Matute, also known as Hector Paguada, is accused of shooting and killing 23-year-old Nayeli Bolaños Medina and her mother, 56-year-old Juana Medina Rodriguez. Police say the suspect and victims knew each other, but have not said what may have led up to the shootings. If you know of Matute's whereabouts, you are asked to call 911. The city of Arlington now has a data bank for residents and businesses to register their security cameras. The police department says the program, Connect Arlington, will make it easier for officers to solve crimes. Residents are asked to register so police know they have a camera, but the department does not have access to the live stream. On the other hand, businesses can share live access if they register and pay the setup costs and annual subscription fee.
When we have the ability to overlay public and private cameras in one application where we can direct our resources to real-time intelligence and feedback, it's an absolute game changer.
Arlington residents who want to register their security cameras can do so for free. A business with 4 cameras can expect to pay an initial $200 along with a $150 yearly fee. Southwest Airlines pilots approved a new $12 billion contract. It'll increase their pay by 50% over 5 years. The new deal comes after more than 3 years of negotiations. Nearly 93% of union members voted in favor of the deal. Pilots will get a 29% pay raise right away, then 4% yearly raises. Dallas-based Southwest was the last of the 4 largest U.S. carriers to sign a deal with its pilots. Frontier Airlines will offer more flights at DFW Airport starting this spring. The Denver-based low-cost carrier is adding 13 new U.S. destinations, including Houston, Chicago, and Los Angeles. It also plans to offer flights to Puerto Vallarta, Mexico in May with government approval. With the expansion, Frontier will fly to 36 destinations from DFW Airport. Some flights start at $19 one way. Dallas city leaders are discussing whether to support legalized gambling in Texas. As momentum for that idea continues to grow, the discussion comes just weeks after the owners of the Las Vegas Sands Corporation bought a majority stake in the Dallas Mavericks. They're reportedly interested in opening a casino and resort in Dallas. City council members discussed yesterday whether to lobby state lawmakers to legalize casino gaming. They heard from a former county executive from Pittsburgh who said gambling generates $8 million for his county each year.
As far as, some of the, folks who talked about the crime and some of the other things that have occurred, I haven't seen much of that. And I don't think, our mayor in the city of Pittsburgh has as well. I'm not going to say everything's been perfect with it, but it's been a pretty positive experience for us. Since that occurred, when the 14 casinos came online, other counties, other venues have asked to put a casino in their area, and they've added 3 of them since that time.
The full Dallas City Council is set to discuss whether to make legalized gambling a legislative priority on February 21st. The TCU Women's Basketball team returns to the court this evening after forfeiting 2 games last week. Fox 4's Hannah Battah is in Fort Worth with a preview of tonight's game.
Hi there. Yeah, the TCU Women's Basketball team is taking on the University of Central Florida tonight. It'll be their first game here in 2.5 weeks, and that's only possible now that the team's added 4 new walk-ons to its roster. Yeah, the Horned Frogs had to cancel 2 of its games last week because of injuries and other complications that really cut the team's roster short, also including illnesses. In an effort to fix the problem, the team held open tryouts at the end of last week. Well, now guards Piper Davis, Ella Hamlin, and Micaiah Moore join the team along with dual sport athlete Sarah Sylvester. Sylvester played volleyball for TCU and will now play basketball for the rest of the season. TCU was forced to cancel games against Kansas and Iowa State, Kansas State that is, and Iowa State. Those losses will not count towards the team's overall record, but it will likely impact their conference standing as their conference record now drops to 1-6. Team has not made the NCAA tournament since 2010, and it looks like that drought could change this year when the team had a promising beginning to its season. Mark Campbell took over as head coach, leading the team to a 14-0 start before those injuries started to pile up. So for tonight, now the team is looking for a fresh start. The Horned Frogs take on the UCF Knights here at 6:30 p.m. In Fort Worth, I'm Hannah Baton.
And coming up on Fox 4 News, FC Dallas wins against Lionel Messi and Inter Miami. We have a recap after the break.
More rain on the way. We'll time it out for you in your forecast.
One of the best players to ever wear a Texas Rangers uniform is just hours away from learning whether he'll become a Hall of Famer. Adrian Beltre is all but certain to be elected to the Hall this afternoon. During his stellar 21-year career, Beltre had more than 3,000 hits and is considered one of the best defensive third basemen in Major League history. Beltre is in his first year of eligibility for the Hall of Fame. We will find out for sure whether he's been elected at 5 this afternoon. FC Dallas defeated Inter Miami in the preseason match last night. The score was 1-0 at the Cotton Bowl in Dallas's Fair Park. A crowd of 32,000 showed up in 40-degree rainy weather for the game and to see the main attraction, Lionel Messi from Inter Miami. Soccer fans were bundled up from head to toe in the wet bleachers. Blankets and ponchos were available for sale as you walked in with the on and off rain all day Monday. But for the majority of the younger fans in the crowd, the 40-degree weather didn't matter.
I'm the biggest fan. I love Messi. Messi, if you're hearing this, I love you. You're the GOAT. I'm a really big fan of FC Dallas, and I really like to watch soccer, so just excited.
It's the emotional.
Why?
Because it's my superhero. It's my idol all the life. It's like 8 years old.
The last time Messi was in town in August, they played in Frisco at Toyota Stadium, where there were 20,000 fans in the seats.
Well, another rainy day across North Texas. The good news is today we're hovering in the 40s, not the 30s like yesterday. So a little bit better today. We should end up around 50 degrees later on this afternoon. But the problem is we're going to be dealing with scattered showers throughout the afternoon. So keep the umbrella close. You're going to need it. I do think the rain tapers off heading into this evening, though. Let's time everything out for you. You can see through 3 o'clock. There's those showers continuing across the area. So we're going to be talking about rain through the afternoon and possibly even into the evening commute. So scattered showers not going anywhere anytime soon. I do think we get a little bit of a break, though, during the overnight hours, but it's not going to be a complete break. There's still going to be some isolated showers hanging around. And that's the case as well tomorrow morning. Notice 7 a.m. for that morning commute. A few sprinkles around. Notice, too, we are socked in the clouds once again on Wednesday. And heading into Wednesday afternoon, Wednesday evening, here we go again, another disturbance moving in, and notice by 6 o'clock, we're talking about widespread showers breaking out once again. So we're shaping up for another soggy 48 hours or so across North Texas. For today, basically 100% coverage for your Tuesday. Probably going to have to bump up those rain chances even more on Wednesday. We're going to go 50% right now, but it's looking more and more likely. We're going to have to go to 70, 80 for tomorrow. We dry out for Thursday, but then on Friday, another system moves in, and this will bring us an opportunity for some thunderstorms. We'll have to keep an eye on that day. Otherwise, heading into the weekend, we do finally begin to dry out a little bit, but it's been a very wet start to the month of January, and at least through the end of the week, we are going to be talking about another couple of inches of rain here across North Texas. The bullseye, though, will be down in southern Texas and over into Louisiana, where there is a flood threat over the next few days. But I will say, looking ahead at the longer range forecast, the rain chances not going anywhere. I think we're going to stay in an active pattern. Notice the Pineapple Express in full force. California, the Southwest, going to be dealing with a lot of rain, and downstream here in Texas, our weather pattern is expected to stay wetter than average as well. And speaking of which, take a look at our rainfall totals so far this year. We're actually running above average right now at Love Field and at DFW. A tick below average at Fort Worth, but keep in mind this is going into today. We are going to add to those totals from the rain we've seen so far today. All right, so taking a look around the country, it's chilly, but not overly cold, 44 here in Dallas, but across the rest of the country, plenty of 30s and 40s. But notice in Canada, there is some serious cold building up there. Negative 42 in Mayo, negative 35 in Fairbanks. The thing is, though, is that I do expect this cold air to stay bottled up in Canada, so we're not really worried about the cold air building up there at the moment. We'll keep an eye on it. Take a look at our temperatures over the next several days. We'll be in the 40s through Saturday, slightly above average for this time of the year. Do dip down to the 30s, though, behind that front heading into this weekend. As far as high temperatures go, gotta love it. I'm seeing some 60s Thursday and into Friday. Thursday should be okay. Mostly cloudy, but it will be warmer. But Friday, we are going to be dealing with some showers and storms. Heading into this weekend, a slight dip back down to the upper 50s. We do go back into the 60s once again heading into next week. And looking ahead at the longer range, see why I'm not really worried about the cold air up in Canada. Warmer than average for much of the United States. We like that after the cold start to the month that we saw. All right, so look at that forecast. Rain likely the rest of today. We get a little bit of a break heading into tonight, but on Wednesday, once again, we are expecting those scattered showers to break out. We do see a little bit of a break on Thursday, but on Friday, we are going to watch out for some more scattered storms across the area before finally drying out and getting some sun heading into this weekend.
All right, thanks, Dylan. A North Texas ballet dancer is preparing for the competition of a lifetime. Sebastian Bondar of Frisco has been dancing since he was 12. He's now 18. His dedication has earned him a spot to compete in the prestigious Prix de Lausanne in Switzerland. It's an honor which could gain him recognition from some of the world's most prominent ballet companies. The competition starts Sunday and wraps up February 4th. And that's a look at what's making news in North Texas. Of course, for news anytime, just go to fox4news.com.